Hello everyone, this is D007 Plus handheld game console. You can purchase one of these for less than £50 UK currency, and it's a perfect handheld game console that has 9 emulators built in with a lot of retro, classic, vintage games, arcade games, etc. PlayStation 1, PSP, MAME, there's Game Boy games, everything built into this, and this is something I love about these handheld game console that has all these games built in. This is one of the model that I like because it's designed in a way to give you that comfort while you're holding the handheld game console. It has the back buttons as well that works perfectly, R2, L2, L and the R button. The sound bit here as well. You got grips as well so it doesn't move side to side. You got the power button here, and it also has the return button. So if you want to return to any Mac to the main menu, the return button's there. It also has select, start, escort button. You've got the buttons here that works perfectly. One thing that really stands out for me is the button analog. So you can see it got the RGB surround light. So every time you move your analogs, you can see these RGB lights light up, and it's really cool. Okay, along with that, on the right side, you've got the volume control. You got the micro SD memory card that goes in here. You can put a 64 gig or up to 128 gig to have more games built in. It already has 10,000 plus free games built in already. The screen size is 3.5 inch IPS screen, 640 by 480 resolution, quad core 1.5 gigahertz, and it has the dual and 3D joystick here as well. Along with that, it has a Linux system built in, plus it also has a back buttons, which I've shown you here. Perfect, and it works very smoothly. It has a built-in 2 watts cavity speaker with a built-in 3500 mAh battery capacity. So that's a lot of battery built in to give you a long usage time. I would say about 6 hours of usage time on a full charge, and depending on the background light as well, if it's on full brightness or 50% brightness. And you can see that these are all the games that it has built in. So let's go back and you can see some of the games. So if I press back, you got the PSP games, and then you got the PlayStation 1 game, you got Sega Mega Drive there, you got Nintendo 64, you got Game Boy Color, Game Boy, and then you got Game Boy Advance, all games, so you can check all the games there. Then you got MAME games, you got Capcom CPS1, CPS2, Neo Geo System games, you got the Nintendo Entertainment System games, you got Super Famicom games. So that's quite a lot of games. So PSP games here, you can see there's a lot of games to choose from. That's PSP. Not all the handheld game console has PSP games built in. So the fact that this one has that, and all of them operates very smoothly as well. So there's quite a few to choose from. You can see there's tons of games to choose from. And let's go back. So then we've got the PlayStation games here as well. So you got Tekken 3. Pretty much a lot of games to choose from. So you got Street Fighter there as well, you can see, and Rayman. You got Resident Evil, Grand Theft Auto. I think this is probably the first one. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto, the first one. You got football like FIFA 2002. Tons of games to choose from. PlayStation 1 games are all the games that's built in here are all my childhood games. Okay, I'm going to try out one of the games afterwards to show you how it operates as well. And then it has Sega Mega Drive here. We got a lot of games to choose from here, Mortal Kombat, etc. And then if I go back, there's Nintendo 64 here, and there's games here that you can choose from. And you got the Game Boy Color here as well. So you got Pokemon, Crystal. There's quite a few Pokemon games to choose from. You got Yu-Gi-Oh here as well, Tarzan. A lot of old school Game Boy games here. And then if I go here to the game, that's Game Boy Color. The Game Boy games here. And then if I go back, you got Game Boy Advance games here as well. So you got Crash Bandicoot. You got the Crash Bandicoot, the Huge Adventure. So we got a few there. X-Men, Tekken, the Game Boy version, Street Fighter as well. And this one should also have Pokemon games, I'm sure. Pokemon Emerald, I think. But there's I think goes in, doesn't really go in order, but there's tons of games to choose from there. And then so I'm gonna choose a random game. I'll show you two different type of games, one maybe one on PlayStation and one on Game Boy, just to show you how the quality is. Okay, so I'm gonna try out Tekken 3 on PlayStation 1. Okay, so I'm gonna try Tekken Force mode, and it's down full volume. Let me see. No, that's not. So the volume is really loud. Okay, so the fact that it got really loud volume built-in, let me put it down. Okay, so the gameplay is really good. Volume is really loud as well. You can put it up even more, but put it down. The speaker is really loud. Okay, so I'm just going to try out another game just to show you how the gameplay works on this handheld game console. Okay, so I went to Game Boy Color and chose Pokemon Crystal version. I'm just clicking through everything just for now. Okay, so hope you like my video. Please do give a like and subscribe.